Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sport on YouTube. And today we're going to be previewing Arsenal's 2018-2019 Premier League season. Of course, it's a little bit different for Arsenal this time around for what it has been for the past 20 years or so. Arsene Wenger is gone. In comes the Unai Emery era. And during this transfer window, it's been a strong start for him. He's really tried to set the tone as to what kind of football he wants at the football club. And it looks really promising, really, for a manager that was scrutinised at PSG, but had success at Seville as well. Yeah. But looking at the transfers that they brought in so far this summer, Andrew, likes of Lichtsteiner, Leno, Socrates, and Torreira, really strong players that can automatically go into the first team and then make this team better. Who would you like out of those signings the most?
Not Lichtsteiner. I can't stand him. Horrible player. Effective though, and he knows the game. 34 years of age, been around the block. Won lots with Juventus, but it's with all of those signings, it's very much a stamp of moving on. As in, this is Unai Emery's team now. It's the identity of Arsenal. Arsene Wenger's Arsenal team. You think is gone now. Lucas Torreira stands out for me. I think because for years Arsenal fans and non-Arsenal fans have been clamouring out for a holding midfielder for Arsenal, and especially with the system that Emery tends to play, what he's played at Sevilla and what he's adapted a little bit at Paris Saint-Germain, is that holding midfielder is key. So if Torreira plays how he's played for Sampdoria over the last season or so, then he could be a key player. But Leno in goal should be a great signing for.
Yeah. Do you think he's beating out Petr Cech for the starting role?
I do. Mm-hmm. Even though Petr Cech had a good pre-season played in that game against Chelsea where he saved a penalty from Morata, then saved some in the penalty shootout. Mm-hmm. But in the last couple of games, it's been Leno's been number one as you gear more towards the season, get an idea of what this starting lineup might be. Socrates, I'm not sold on. Totally. Yeah.
I can imagine that because, if a team like Dortmund's free to let him go, Dortmund, one of the best teams in Germany, it's a bit of a concern. But, just over 14.5 million, it's not really a bad transfer, really, for who could arguably be, a starting defender at one point for Arsenal.
I think with them, the key is that, you're looking at our team, you think their starting centre-halves would be Koscielny and Mustafi, but then Koscielny, you can't guarantee him being fit. He's one of the best defenders in the league, one of the best centre-halves in the country, but he's massively injury prone, and that's not going to get any better as he carries on getting older. So at 30, Socrates is a good age. He's a big, strong, powerful fella. He's just got a mistake in him at times, but it's in terms of for the price, for the experience that he's got, it's a decent signing. It's not a bad signing. Just I think maybe more of a stopgap rather than we're building our defence around this guy. And then who else we got? Yeah, like I said, Lichtsteiner, very experienced, been around the block, knows the dark arts of the game very well. And then they also signed Matteo Guendouzi. Yes. From Lorient, wasn't it? Yeah. And the reports from him in pre-season have been he's been having a great pre-season. So I don't know whether he's going to. I'm sure he'd be in and around the squad. 19 years of age.
It sounds like a kind of player that Unai Emery's seen during his time in France with PSG, and he's grown to like him a little bit. And he could be definitely an interesting addition to the squad. But in terms of transfers out, the notable ones, we've had quite a few transfers out, but the notable ones include Pierre-Emerick, who's retired. I think he's a coach now of the team. Santi Cazorla, he's gone to Villarreal.
I love that he's got a club again. I love watching Santi Cazorla play football.
It's great to see him back in football again, especially after that injury problems that he's had over the past couple of years. So Jack Wilshere, another man that's had injury problems, free transfer to West Ham United, and also I think that's it in terms of notable ones, unless you've got anyone else.
No, that's pretty much the three big ones I've got. Saka, Wilshere, and
so Santi. Which do you think is the biggest loss out of those three then for Arsenal? Because Jack Wilshere's a promising player forward, but you've got the experience of Santi Cazorla and Mertesacker as well.
I don't think any of those players we missed at all. I think Pierre-Emerick, he never had pace when he was in his prime, but the last few years when he has played, he's looked massively out of his depth with the pace and power of the Premier League. Jack Wilshere, he's 25 now, is he?
26, I think. Yeah.
You can't live on potential and promise him.
You have to hit your prime at some point, and usually 26 is that kind of point, isn't it?
So I don't think Arsenal. I think that was a bold move to let him go, and I think it was the right move. Santi Cazorla is a stunning footballer, but in terms of is he going to be missed from that team? Not really, because he's not as sad as it is. He's not really been part of that team for the last 2, maybe 3 seasons, really, with his injury problems. So I don't think there's anything for Arsenal fans to worry about in terms of the players they've let go.
I think they arguably replaced him already when they signed Mkhitaryan from United last January.
And I think he could do very well under Pierre-Emerick.
We'll get onto squads in just a second. Let's talk about pre-season and squads as a whole. Because of course Arsenal had a quite a varied pre-season, really. Started off with an 8-0 win against Bournemouth, who were always expecting that to happen. But then they went over to Singapore and Ireland for the Championship Cup. Atletico Madrid 1-1 draw, lost to them 3-1 on penalties, and then beat Paris Saint-Germain, Unai Emery's old team, 5-1, and then drew 1-1 with Chelsea, beating them 6-5 on penalties, as you already mentioned about Petr Cech and his penalty saving form there. So overall, as a squad in this pre-season and approaching the season, is this a good squad ahead for Unai Emery?
It's one of those, I tend not to read too much into pre-season, because especially coming on the heels of the World Cup or European Championships or a big tournament over the summer, because a lot of the main players are missing. But I think if you're winning games like the 5-1 over Paris Saint-Germain, I mean, it doesn't mean that Arsenal are going to be turning over teams every week, but it's a positive sign. There's lots of positives to take from that, not less the players getting their confidence up. But I think that the pre-season as well, they beat Lazio 2-0, I think, over the weekend.
In Stockholm on the weekend.
So they've started getting the basis of their first 11 together. Aubameyang has been key in pre-season. Lacazette,
he had a very good end of last year.
I think he's going to do really well this season.
Do you think he could be top goal scorer?
I think
he's got potential.
He could be in with a shout. I think you look at Harry Kane, look at Mo Salah. If Aguero gets a run of games, you can't bet against Sergio Aguero. But I think Aubameyang, thereabouts. He's definitely in the conversation. A squad as a whole, I think Arsenal have put together a very good starting 11, and it's all about what system Emery goes with.
What are your approach in how do you think Emery's done as a manager so far of Arsenal?
I mean, he seems to have come in. He talks the talk well. He has a sensible approach when he's been in. You see him in press interviews, press conferences. He comes across well. He talks a good game. The signings they've made have been shrewd business. He's handled himself well. He's adjusted. It's going to be a tough task taking over from Arsene Wenger just because of the longevity he was there for. That's it. He's their greatest manager in Arsenal's history, one of the greatest in British football history. So it's always going to be a tough job. I think he's handled it well so far. It's just a case of the Arsenal fans, really, how they. Because the first game of the season they've got Man City, which is you couldn't get a tougher game than that.
I mean, it's really tough a game for anyone.
Yeah.
Never mind your debut at your football club in the Premier League.
Exactly. So say City, I know it is at the Emirates, but say City win that game, and then maybe Arsenal. I mean, the first games that they've got City, then they've got Chelsea away straight after that. So say they don't get anything out of those 2 games, are the Arsenal fans then already? We've seen how they were with Wenger. Obviously, that was an ongoing issue that's been going on for years, and they want to change. But if they don't get instant gratification, are they going to start to question them?
I think with Arsenal fans, there has to be some sort of teething process that they have to go through.
Right.
And let's give it until December and see how it's cracking on. I think if they're in top 4 or close to top 4, then they should be happy with the progress, because they haven't been anywhere near the top 4 really for the past 2 years. And if Unai Emery is able to, within 3 points by December, I think that would be a decent first half of the season for him. What are your expectations for Arsenal this season?
I think you've nailed it there. Top 4 is what they should be aiming for. That's realistic. It's a tricky one, because Tottenham are notoriously slow starters, and especially we were mentioning before.
They say Harry Kane never scores in August.
Yeah, that's it. And then there's you've got all the Spurs have got a lot of players coming back from the World Cup who may not feature. So
the opportunities are rare for Arsenal.
That's it. Chelsea, you don't know how Sarri's going to get on there, how that's going to plan out. So Chelsea are in kind of much like Arsenal, a transitional process. City, you're going to be thereabouts. Liverpool have strengthened brilliantly. Man United. Let's see what happens before deadline day. So Arsenal have got a realistic chance of top 4, and that should be nothing. You shouldn't expect anything more than top 4, but I think that's realistic to expect from the team.
Is there anything else that you want to add, particularly for Arsenal? Because I think overall, if they do finish top 4, it's going to be decent for them, decent season for them. But just the teething process overall, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm quite excited to see what they do. If they can get Aubameyang and somehow get Lacazette in the same team, firing those cylinders, I think just with the style of play that Emery has, he likes a high press, he likes a counter-attacking approach, a little bit in a way like Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp's done a great job there with their style of play, which pains me to say. But it's, I think if everything clicks into place, it could be a really exciting season for Arsenal fans.
Okay. What is your own thoughts about Arsenal's 2018-2019 Premier League season ahead? Can they finish in the top 4 for the first time in a couple of years? Let us know in the comment section below this video. Don't forget to like it, subscribe for more Let's Talk Sport content, and we shall see you all very soon.